And welcome everybody. This is the women's varsity Aston versus BCU volleyball game. I'm Remy.
And I'm Sam.
And we'll be presenting today, trying to give you a little bit of insight into the ins and outs of volleyball.
Yep. For all you people who are joining us for the first time and have never watched a volleyball game, this is a good one to start with. This is the one for all the marbles. It's the big one.
Sam will be playing the role of the expert, and I will be the novice.
Relief.
We have Aston serving first. Just waiting for the referee.
Oh, and for anyone who didn't see that, there was a foot fault on the service. That means they stepped into the court.
We're not allowed to do that on a serve. Both me and Sam were playing in the men's volleyball game, if you'd like to go watch that. And we managed to avoid that, surprisingly, because that's a common fault for me.
He has big feet, so. Oh. Unlucky on that receiver.
Yeah.
Very hard one to pick up.
So that's a point for Aston. Score is tied at 1-1.
Let's hope it carries on like this. Ooh, good serve. Good shot. Oh, and a nice deep hit by number 8 there.
Was that 8?
6?
I think that was 6.
It's a long way away.
BCU don't have numbers on the front of their shirts, so it's very difficult to work out who hit what.
And there's Coach Jackie running along the side.
So that was out, so that's Aston's point, making it 2-2.
It's a game of service errors so far.
So, would you like to explain when we change serves?
I will explain that. So when you win a point off the other team's serve, you rotate around clockwise. Each position has a number, but the numbers will go the other way around to the way you rotate, just to make it more hard.
So basically, when the other team serves and you score, you've changed servers on your side and you serve.
Yes.
Okay. So it's now BCU's turn. It seems very even. Whoever
will one team get a break?
Yeah. Whoever serves seems to be losing the point. It's a very quiet game compared to the men's game.
So it is a very quiet game. I'm sure that'll change as things get more heated in the later games.
Feels a little bit like golf. Big hit by Deanna there, number 8.
Oh, that was a nice tip by number 4. Perfectly down the line.
So this is the first double serve.
Wow.
Which is impressive this far into the game.
Cool. Nice short serve. Oh, and just out by number 16 for Aston.
Do you have any interesting facts about number 16?
She's actually from the Bahamas and was taught volleyball by her mom and dad from the age of 2.
We were told to say that.
We were told to say that.
That was a good lead. That's a point for Aston, I believe.
That was. All the balls that are going out at the minute are very tight. So as things start to tighten up in the later sets, expect those to come in. Powerful serve by the captain, Deanna.
Deanna has one of the best serves in women's and men's volleyball.
It is true. She's served with us many times, and we're still yet to get one back. Ooh, slight miscommunication in the Aston camp there.
Yeah. That's a point for BCU. What do golf people talk about while they wait for them to walk to the next hole? Because
That is true. If this was golf right now, what club would you use?
Well, I think I'm not looking for a hard hit. Just place it in the right place. It's early in the game.
Maybe a sand wedge.
Just make sure it goes over. I had a lot of problems in the last game with getting it over. So,
yes.
It's very difficult at this level to win a point on a serve, but it's very easy to lose a point on a serve.
That is a very good way of saying it, actually.
So there's just a stressed importance on just getting it into the court. That's a good.
That was a very good tip by number 1.
That was a huge hit. And a miscommunication by Aston.
Very well done to get that in. A monster spike.
You would expect the... Do they have a coach, Aston?
They do.
Seems
like
like
Matt over there, flown
Matt.
in from Hong Kong.
So Matt's the acting coach. You'd expect him to be telling people to communicate more. And that was a great serve.
Beautiful serve, deep at point 5.
Yeah.
That's exactly where you want to put it.
So that puts BCU up by 6 points. Up by 5 points.
She has 8 seconds to serve, by the way.
Just
Unlucky.
getting out.
Another day, someone touches that and you win the point. Can Aston make the 4 points up? Number 27 to serve.
It is a great skill being able to tell if a ball is going in or out.
Yes, it looks a lot harder when you're down there.
Yeah. That was right on the line. That was an impressive shot.
Right on the line.
No one can blame
Well
anyone
done.
for leaving that there.
No, absolutely not.
I would have left that.
I would have left that too.
Although I wouldn't have the skill to get it.
It wouldn't be my choice if I left that.
Straight into that.
Unlucky. When you're down there, it's a longer way than you realise.
Yeah. So that's an example of it's easy to lose a point on a serve.
Yes. But you have to work for every point you gain.
Yeah.
Up there at the net, that's called a joust. And Aston lost it.
Yeah. When you block, which is the same as a joust.
A joust but hard.
It's a joust but hard. When someone's spiking and you're putting your hands trying to stop them getting it on your side, that does not count towards your 3 touches you're allowed.
Yes, that is a very good point. And for anyone who didn't know you have 3 touches, you have 3 touches to use.
It was, I think, 4 or 5 hours into my volleyball career that someone taught me that. I think I had already made the men's team. So it's very assumed that people would know these things, but...
For context, Remy is very tall.
Yes. And not very good at anything else, just being tall.
Number 20 to serve for Aston. Unlucky. The crowd's getting a little bit more vocal now.
But it is unusually quiet for a volleyball game. That was a great serve.
That was a great serve.
If you could see from the camera, we're not sure. There was a little bit of wobble to the serve, which makes it really hard to get your hand right underneath it and pass it where you want it to go.
It's called a float serve, and it's the equivalent of being a spin bowler at cricket for any of our cricket-loving fans out there. This is number 1, the setter. So after she serves, she has a big run to get to the net.
Sam, how would you describe a setter's role?
It's like a quarterback in American football.
Oh.
They pass all the balls, just like that.
So for Aston, 21 would be the setter.
Yes, and arguably the most important player on the team.
Definitely the person who gets the most steps in on their Fitbit.
Definitely.
And the person who gets the least steps in is the middle, which is
Yes.
the role me and Sam play right now.
Yes, so we're slightly biased. That's a nice serve down the line. This is a well-known fact that number 3 Selin on Aston's team has gone on a 20-point serving streak before. Let's see if she can replicate that today. Apparently not.
You'd normally want to get everyone to talk a lot more, just given how quiet this game is.
It's so quiet, nobody realised there was a timeout then. So Aston have just called a timeout.
This is unusually quiet.
It is unusually quiet.
It really does feel like we're watching golf, or like snooker.
Yeah. Is that Ronnie O'Sullivan? Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Fun fact, my parents actually met him
really?
in the village where I'm from, and he'd got a Mackey's and wanted to go to bed, and they wouldn't let him go to bed because they wanted a picture. You can see Coach Matt talking tactics with them.
Yeah. See here, Aston have 7 players to choose from in their player pool. BCU having a lot more. It just gives them a lot more options with strategy. If they feel like one player's not having a good game, they can sub them out. Aston, not so much.
Of course, and if it goes to the maximum sets of 5, people are going to start getting tired.
Yeah.
Oh, BCU really getting into it now.
That's the most noise we've heard all game.
That is the most, and the server didn't like it and called them off. We're expecting a big power serve from the run-up here. Ooh. Amazing pickup by 16, the Bahamian beast. Amazing spike with number 3 in the right position.
Wow, it's really picked up now.
Oh, unlucky there. Amazing rally, everybody putting a shift in to get the ball up there.
Felt like the pace just picked up for a moment there.
Let's see if both teams can carry it on.
All goes quiet, ready for the serve.
Oh.
Would you like to describe what a free ball is, Sam?
I was just about to say that, actually. A free ball is when the team can't do anything other than just push the ball over to the other team's side. So if they don't spike it or they don't block it down, it's a free ball.
When the ball is over with no attacking intent. It's just
Yes.
a nice high looping ball, easy to receive.
Yes. I like your way of explaining things. It makes more sense. Oh, and that was close to the ceiling. If it touches the ceiling, it counts as out.
Yeah.
Or any wall.
That was an unlucky lead.
Unlucky leave, a very good cut shot, perfectly placed. They're aiming for that position where you don't know what you need to do with it. There's 17-7, BCU, the home team, leading. Oh, serves don't get much better than that.
Another difficult lead.
You can't blame anyone on Aston's team for leaving that.
Feels like BCU definitely picked up the pace, putting a lot more power into their shots now, not just letting it loop over.
True. The momentum is definitely shifting. Aston need to do something.
Yeah. There's a lot less pressure on BCU now as well. So if they go for a power shot and they miss, oh well, they're up 11 points.
And another one.
And once you're in your groove,
It
just gets easier.
It's like in basketball. You start feeling like you can make every three-pointer.
Is that a Steph Curry reference?
It is. What Aston need right now is a big block to change the momentum of the game. Or a messed up serve. That works as well.
That's another example of it's easier to lose a point than to game one.
It is. No one can blame her for messing that one up.
After that many serves, your arms start to get tired.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of your concentration just to get a serve exactly how you want it.
It's a lonely place serving.
I know that all too well with me missing most of my serves in the last game. It's another Aston point. Small rally coming back.
Small rally, yeah. The momentum shifts, and it is a big moment whichever team gets to 20, because each set is played to 25. Oh, very good serve by 21. Looking for that gap in between players. The valley of uncertainty.
So if you're BCU now, you see Aston going on a 3-point run. What are you?
Personally, if I was the coach, if they make another point, I would call a timeout. But that decision was taken away from them.
So let's talk about the receiving formation. Why are they standing in such a way? I know this is a difficult question, but it seems like we've got some time to explain it.
It does. So, depending on the team, you will either be aggressive or defensive. So your outsides always receive. They're the ones who hit through the left side as you're looking at it for Aston, or the right side as you're looking at it for BCU. And you have your middles. They never receive. That's why me and Remy like it. You want your setter to ideally not receive the serve, because you want them to be there for the second ball. And you have a libero that wants to receive absolutely everything. Very well done. If you hit it hard enough, that's more likely to happen. And the final position is the opposite, and that's where the big difference lies with your tactics. Your opposite can either be there to receive as much as possible and be a well-rounded player, or they can be for straight-up attack and will stay out of the pass and hit the ball as hard as they can, as much as they can.
So when a team is receiving, they go into quite an interesting formation. We're not going to explain it now because it takes a few weeks to learn.
If you were playing back in the 60s, they'd be stood in the W shape, but...
W shape?
Yes, with the person at 6, that's the one at the back middle, would be standing close up to the net, but it was decided that takes away a lot of your options, and now people hit it harder. 6 stands at the back, and it's sort of a horseshoe shape.
Oh. So that point was because a person on the BCU side touched the net. So this is quite a run. Oh, what's going on with the scoreboard?
Oh, Aston are losing points quickly.
Oh, and they're going back up. Wow, what a run.
Amazing serve. You will have seen just there the nice bit of movement there as it curved back into the court.
I think that's a 8-1 run from Aston. So
wow.
If you're a BCU coach, when you think about taking a timeout, trying to take some momentum out?
I'd be taking it. We need to stop talking about timeouts.
If you couldn't tell, we are both Aston supporters.
Yeah, but we will try to be as unbiased as possible. But yes, as a coach, you want to look for the mood on the players' faces. Oh, slight miscommunication there.
What the coach will likely be emphasising for Aston is calling your name. That's it.
Oh.
That's a very nice looking shot.
That is a very nice roll shot.
Yeah. A place right there.
Yes.
Right where it needs to be. Just inside the line.
Also, for anyone who doesn't know, if you hear us say the word spike, that is just when they smack the ball really hard.
Should we go through all the ones? Spike, hit the ball really hard. Block, try and stop the ball going to your side. Tip is when they softly get it over, when they're standing right by the net and they just sort of like, just tip it over. Tip and
Yeah, just a little tip. It's the best way to describe it is just say a little tip.
And a roll is
where you hit the ball a bit further underneath it, so you get lots of top spin and it drops down to the back court. Oh. And a BCU timeout. So as we were talking about, the coach is trying to break the momentum of Aston's service there.
Yeah. So we've gone from Aston being down by 10 points to only being down by 5,
which is a big rally.
Momentum.
That is a lot of momentum.
So for Aston, what are they going to be emphasising? I think talking a lot more because they seem very quiet as a team.
And Aston have the momentum now, so it's on BCU to do something to break that. So if I'm Coach Matt, I'm telling people to just keep playing calmly and don't panic anything. Coach Matt was actually the Hong Kong starting libero, but then had a bad accident to his knee and just come to the UK to play instead.
Shouldn't try and fly a helicopter without a license.
That is true.
That's what happens.
Some people learn that the hard way.
Aston serving.
Oh, beautiful serve. That was a beautiful serve. Can't blame BCU for missing that one.
Yeah. So that puts Aston 4 points behind.
You see number 27 is targeting that gap in the middle. Will this be the end for Aston's set, or will there be another late rally? BCU to serve. Number 8, Diana tried her best there. Yeah. But that was a very high level serve.
It's a very difficult possession for Aston because they have to think we want to win 8 points in a row, and BCU only needs to get 2 out of that.
That is another incredible serve. BCU have done some high level serving this set.
And once you're up by this much, you have the confidence to do that.
Yeah, you do. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a jump serve come out of them.
Yeah. So I think the coach Matt is probably going to be saying, "Scrap this set." we're just going to be practicing, making sure we get the chemistry up. I don't think this is a Aston team that's played full game together before.
Yes, a lot of the people are coming into the team for the first time. A lot of them haven't played together with each other, and if you don't have that chemistry between setters and hitters, it's very hard, because the smallest adjustments can make a big difference when you're hitting.
And when you have your point of where you like to hit the ball,
which me and Remy still haven't found.
one setter will know you very well and they'll think, all right, I'll get it exactly where they like it, or they'll at least try. And another person will be like, well, my last middle likes it really high, and you like to hit it just above the net, and it just really throws you off. And it takes over a game to learn that.
Nice receive. Oh, they've been handed the lifeline there, Aston.
That will definitely look like it was going out.
But again, in the heat of the moment, BCU on the flip side, they want to end this quickly. They don't want to have to face a late comeback. They want to move on to the next set. So should have been thinking, I don't want to let that ball drop in. I believe that's another net touch by BCU. So Aston's point.
A late rally. Aston have nothing to lose at this point.
They can play for a bit of fun, and they want to make BCU earn every single point. Or not.
It's unlucky there. Another example. But yeah, serving is very difficult, because you want to aim for a weak point in the opponents. You really do want to try and win a point, but it's very difficult to win a point without risking a loser point.
Yes.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
If you go for one of those hard serves that we've seen BC. And play will resume shortly for the second set.
Your BCU. You've just won the set. You were dominating at the start. You made a small change just to bring some new players in, get everyone warmed up. And you just slip a bit. What are you saying in the huddle?
I'm saying stick to the fundamentals. I think for BCU to win, they want it to be a nice, clean game where everybody's using their free touches. It's all played by the book, because technically they have some very good players and they play well as a team. If I'm Aston, they have a lot of talent, but it's a new team, so you want it to be scrappy. You want BCU to not know what's going to happen next. You want to get in their faces, take the fight to them.
So you're saying BCU should be playing a team game, Aston should be trying to go more individual.
Yes.
Yeah. Relying on stars.
That was a well-played shot. It took the setter out of the game.
That's a great hit by number 8, Deanna.
That is a great hit. Oh, this is exactly what I meant. Scrappy. And they won the point. So if you have no choice but to just throw the ball over and not make a proper attack, you want to either push it right to the back so that people are thinking twice about whether to pick it up or not, or you want to drop it right onto the setter's head, because then they can't take the second touch.
There's also just aiming where there is no one, or where there are loads of people, and then nobody knows who should go for it.
Yes. Wow, that was a monster block. Aston are really going to have to start a monster spike. Aston are really going to have to start blocking if they want to shut that down.
It's very difficult when someone's hitting that hard
Yes.
to even move your body to get in the way of it.
Yes.
And it's also very scary, as I can attest to myself.
I'm sure that's how everybody on the other team feels when you play. Well picked up.
This is a great rally so far.
Unfortunate end there, but amazing rally. Everybody on both teams played their part in that.
It's starting to look a lot more even than it was at the start of the last game.
It is. Aston is notoriously bad in the first set. The men's team and the women's team. I don't know if it's just something about being in the middle of Birmingham or what, but you can't win a first set.
The Aston men's team have not won a first set in 14 games.
But
Aston men's team have won the last 10 games, I believe.
yes,
So
undefeated in the year of 2022.
yeah, I believe the majority of the games were won 3-1, with the first set always being drops, which is an interesting record. It's a good fact to tell people at parties.
It is a good fact. If people happen to play volleyball, which is unlikely. So the problem with float serves, and the thing that makes them hard to get in, is you never quite know which way it's going to swerve. And that one swerved the wrong way for her.
It's a little bit of rolling the dice.
Yes. And that was a nice wipe out by Diana.
Diana, once again, notoriously good at serving.
Yes,
Managed to get an extraordinary amount of power behind the ball.
I have done.
I have shotguns like that.
It does sound like someone set off an explosion. They call her serve the H-bomb. So this might be a good time to go over the different ways you can play the ball in volleyball for anybody who doesn't know. When you take the ball above your head and sort of pass it with both your hands, that's called a volley. When you take it down by your waist, that is called a dig.
And of course, you've all heard about spike, which is where you hit it as hard as possible.
Which is the one that everybody likes to look at because it's flashy and cool, but remember the fundamentals, everybody.
It's the one they show in anime.
That is the one they show in anime. Coincidentally, anime is the reason 90% of people here are playing volleyball today.
Yeah. Me and Sam are only here because we're tall. Everyone else because of anime.
Yes, exactly.
Just know, if anyone says, I play volleyball, they're saying, I'm a nerd.
Yeah, it's true. Well, there goes the entire audience for this video.
But it's okay to be a nerd. It's in style nowadays. It's cool to be lame.
That was two very high-level back sets by the two setters there. It's from up here, it looks like it's very easy, but I can promise you it is not.
Yeah.
You're essentially passing the ball blind and just hoping that the person's in the right place.
If you've never played volleyball and you want to give it a try, just go and grab a football. It's roughly the same, and just go around, try and pass it around your friends in the same way as this.
I promise it's harder than it looks.
You'll struggle to do more than 5 in a row.
Yeah.
And then when you see the speed these people are hitting it out, you'll realise, oh, I couldn't do this.
Yes.
It took me a year to learn roughly the skills of this, and I'm still terrible.
That was a very nice line shot there.
So you see the uprights either side of the net, the white and red lines. What are those?
Those are actually the outlines sort of carried on up the net, so if the ball hits that, it counts as out, or if it goes on the outside of them, it counts as out as well.
So above those, what's the ruling?
That's a very good question. I believe that counts as out as well. But obviously, that's down to the referee's discretion, because with where the referees are standing, it's very hard to tell whether it's gone above them or not.
And just like to say, a lot of respect for these referees. Very hard job.
It is a very hard job. When the ball's moving as fast as it is, and you have to be able to tell if someone's fingertips have touched the net, or if the ball's touched their fingertips. And also, the referee on the left side of your screen will be checking the rotations.
That was a huge block by number 10.
That was a huge block by number 10. It's going to be a real problem in the middle. Battle between 3 on Aston and 10 on BCU's side. Very nice topspin serve.
So you see that number 1 there just touched the ball twice. That's because the first one was a block, which doesn't count as a touch. So you get to block and then use your other 3 touches.
Yes, so that time and that time only, you're allowed to touch the ball 4 times. Unlucky that. The hardest place to receive the ball is up by either one of your shoulders, so...
Yeah. You're not quite sure whether to crouch down and push it up or jump a little bit and try and use your dig.
But of course, in Remy's case, if the ball is going anywhere near his head, it's probably going to go out.
Even when I'm standing by the net. So this game's looking a lot more
27. It is looking a lot more even. It's starting to heat up.
So what would your tips be for Aston right now?
They need to break this serve. I reckon if one more serve goes in and goes out in that dominant fashion, we will expect to see a timeout. But now I've said that, I'm sure it'll be a net serve. Oh. And there is the timeout.
You're great at this predicting thing.
I know. I should do this more often. So yes, if I'm Aston, the name of the game will be Calm Down, I think. It's very easy once you've messed up one or two to get into your own head and start messing up more. But if you're BCU, I'd be saying stick to what you're doing.
Yeah, if you're BCU, just aim for efficiency, get the high miles per gallon. Be sort of like a Skoda. A Skoda gang.
Big up the Skoda gang.
Big up the Skoda gang. Also, Flat 63, solid group of people.
There's a solid group of people.
Yeah.
They actually hold the record for the most parties thrown in a 48-hour period.
Yeah, which is impressive because they are all volleyball players who are notoriously, let's say, social.
Watching anime isn't a very social event.
I have experienced as a social sec of volleyball, and it is a struggle getting any more than 10% of the group to even sit in a room and talk to each other.
I still don't know the rest of the team's names, and this was my last game with them. That's a very nice set. And an unorthodox punching receive attempted there.
It's a very difficult receive when they're hitting the ball that hard. You just to be able to get your body underneath it, to be strong enough, you need to have your arms moving just to be able to stop it.
It's true.
The ball has so much momentum.
Basically, you have to hope you're in the right position before the ball gets to you.
Yeah.
Because when it's travelling at these speeds, if you have to move, you're probably already beaten.
Yeah. It takes a lot of skill, which is why I don't play that position.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to say a 3-0 run by BCU, but it seems like the only thing that can beat BCU right now is BCU.
Yes. Or us saying that they're on a run.
Oh, yeah, as Aston supporters, I think we should talk them up a bit more.
Oh. You can see number 6, I want to say, on BCU in 2 minds with that one. But made the right decision in the end.
It's very difficult for us to see their numbers, so
I'm just guessing.
So a good way of letting your teammates know that you're going for it and they shouldn't is just calling.
I did see a net touch there. I believe that's BCU's point. It is.
Just calling for it, which you couldn't hear Aston doing until now.
That is true. In a game where you can touch the ball for half a second and the ball's travelling as fast as it is, that communication is key. You can't afford to mess it up, is what I was going to say.
So Sam, what would you say are the main differences between the women's game here and the men's game earlier?
I'd say the men's game was definitely more heated, and there was definitely more passion getting pushed into it. I think that's lacking from both sides at the minute.
I'd say right now BCU are relying a lot more on skill, whereas the women are relying a lot more on skill, whereas the men were just going for sort of athleticism, sort of highlight shows.
Yes, the men were content to smack 4 in a row out as long as the 5th one looks good.
This one's going on my Instagram.
It only takes 1 to get on the ground. That was a very nice serve. Oh, unlucky there, unlucky.
Yeah.
That's the problem when you're serving. There's a very big hole where you need to get into very quickly.
Yeah. And that stops the Aston run. That was, I think, 3 points in a row.
I'll take your word for it.
I think 2.
I'm expecting a powerful serve now. She went for the float instead.
So it feels like BCU are just willing to just give Aston the ball each time and let them make the mistake.
Oh, I believe there was... Okay, it was a net touch by BCU anyway, but as we saw, the spike was in.
Yes.
Here comes 21, the setter. Or is it? Yes, it is.
Done a few good serves already.
Let's see if she can keep it up. Oh, clearly going to try and land it on the setter's head. Number 1 over there. Oh, that's unlucky. Another day, you see those coming. It looks like a substitution might be about to be made by BCU as somebody who's warming up over there. Unlucky there. Good hustle to get on the end of it, but not quite enough. And funnily enough, it is not against the rules to run up the wall and then receive the ball. But I'd be very, very impressed if I saw somebody do it. And another way to make a foul to point out is if you step your foot entirely over the line in the middle of the court onto the other side.
That'll be the black line.
The black line. Then it would be the other team's point. Stepping on the line is okay.
So the deficit down to 3 points. Big tip from 27.
It seems to be a game of tips so far.
Do you have any tips for either team?
I'd say try and take half a second to look up before you decide to tip the ball. Because you'd be amazed how often there is a big old hole for you to tip into.
Yeah, gotta try and get your tip in the hole. It is, in the heat of the moment, it's difficult to see it.
That is true. This is an amazing rally. Whoever wins this will have a big boost of confidence.
Yeah.
And right now it will be setting in. Both teams thinking, I don't want to be the one to mess this up. Incredible.
Volleyball is not an extremely cardio intense sport. You get a lot of breaks. So by the end of that rally, people will be starting to get tired.
Yes, that felt like a long time, but if you look at and watch it back, it was probably about 30 seconds, and that is as long as you're ever going to have to run.
Yeah.
That is why usually middles get subbed off when they move onto the backcourt in the rotation and get replaced with a libero. That is because middles have to do the most amount of jumping when they're on the front court, blocking every single ball and running left and right, and then running to hit every single ball, either as a decoy or as an actual hitter. So needless to say, mine and Remy's cardio is terrible.
Yeah. And as a middle, you're an extremely big person, so
Yes.
it's even harder to jump. It's like doing a deadlift multiple times.
Both our knees are powder at this point.
You're guaranteed knee problems if you're a middle.
But our middle coach, Samrat, is from Nepal, and as he lives so high up in the altitude, he never gets tired because they have 1% of the air that we have here.
A beautiful hit, but just out. Closes the gap back down to 4, I believe.
As soon as there we go. Big up the score, people.
It's really about the community of volleyball. You'll see the people from the women's game were doing the score for the men's game. The men are now doing the score for the women's game.
Yes, we're all here to support each other.
And it's all fun.
It's all fun and games until one team loses.
You'll see it's a lot more, well, the intensity in the game is not as high as basketball or football, but it still does get a little bit intense.
It does. But as we were saying, go back and watch the men's game.
Yeah. There was just another tip into the hole there. There was a big hole and Aston opened up.
Yes, and BCU exploited it.
Yeah. So Yeah, I was just saying, the intensity is mostly just on the court. As soon as they're off the court, everyone's friends. Go and have a kickabout, go for a drink.
Yeah,
It's all good fun.
it's good. You shake hands and leave it there on the court.
It's all
on the
a
court.
social sport.
It is. So that was a timeout used by Aston there.
It's a social sport where no one's sociable.
Yeah. We all sit in a dark room and don't talk to each other.
So, what is Aston going to be saying in this timeout?
We'll take it, sure. If it's the same as in between the sets, I reckon. I think Aston just need to calm down a little bit. They need to remember to call the names. They need to trust everybody else on the team to do their jobs. And if you're BCU, don't really need to change a thing. Maybe be a bit louder, but apart from that, you can't argue with the results they're getting at the minute.
Keep doing what you're doing if it works.
They've got some big power spikers in BCU, so Aston are going to need to find a way to overcome that. That's nice receive by number 8. And a good block by 16. And that was a perfect timeout.
So 16 from the Caribbean.
She,
hair color changes once a week.
yes,
Actually reflects her mood.
yes. But she's actually allergic to coconuts and...
That's what I'm saying.
yes,
It is all fun and games.
it is all fun and games. Her hair colour changes so often that by the 4th set, it wouldn't be surprising if you see it red.
Huge serve there.
Huge serve, well done to get that up. That's another 3 hits for number 6 in white.
That was absolutely faultless by BCU there.
Yeah, that was textbook stuff. Nice receive, nice toss, big spike.
There's no blame you can put on Aston. They played well. It's just a great play by BCU.
I believe that was a foot fault, yeah. So that means that the BCU player who served stepped onto the court. And now to tell us more about that, we have Addy, who played in the men's game.
So Addy, you've been down on the court with them. What are the thoughts? What are the feelings down there?
So basically, Aston aren't going to get anywhere if they keep giving away so many free points with the tips. Like, BCU keep tipping, and we're not covering those tips.
So you're saying there's a hole in Aston, and they just keep getting the tip in the hole.
Our 2 biggest problems right now are the tips that are happening from BCU, and also the fact that the second touch, even if our receive is good, our second touch is poor.
Okay.
So that's either a set, or if someone's covering for the setter, it's too poor, and we keep giving away free balls. If we solve those 2 problems, we might have a chance. But BCU have strong players, and they are making very good plays.
So that was the last point of the set there.
And it's not hard to see that the mood has dropped in the Aston court.
Yeah.
So it's there for the captain and for the coach to try and lift the mood again.
So Addy, how would you describe just this overall atmosphere in the camp, on both sides of the court?
I think BCU have home advantage here, 100%. Like with the men clapping during the BCU serves, egging them on. And honestly, if you land that serve after being egged on, it just brings a new atmosphere to the court, where BCU have this upbeat energy, and Aston are just recovering constantly.
Problem for the spikers on the Aston side.
It's very difficult to guess heights from this angle that we're at.
It is very difficult. Is the girl on the right side of BCU's
Farthest right. Yep.
Yes. Is she new?
I am not sure. As you can tell, we've been paying a lot of attention to this. I think far left actually is new.
I think. Yeah. No, far left came on at the end of the last set, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But number 8 in the middle right now, walking over to the right. I believe she's taken over as setter.
Okay, so we've got a few new faces, getting a bit of experience for next season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think is the right call by Coach Jackie.
And obviously Aston have no options of switching it up.
Yeah, that decision was taken away from them when only one person came as to be a sub.
Yeah. Number 3 trying to hype up the Aston team a little bit more, get a bit more energy.
Showing a bit of passion. That's good. Get everyone to join her.
Energy is hard to fake, but if you have fake energy, it can give someone real energy, and that can give you real energy too.
You should put that on a t-shirt. Oh, the ball was still technically up then when it bounced around.
It would have been
believe.
an extremely hard play to get it
It
over.
would have been
from there.
extremely hard. And you'd have to have very good reactions. I'm going to stand up for a bit. These chairs aren't comfortable. Oh my god.
The facilities for the commentators is subpar.
Yes. Fix
Not
your
even free
facilities, BCU. Yeah. No free coffee. I'm having to have a Costa gingerbread latte can. It's not good. If anyone was thinking of buying one, don't buy one. And here comes the Bahamian Beast.
Bahamian Beast from the Middle East.
Okay.
Nothing to do with the Middle East, just that was a touch, I believe. Oh, foot
Yes.
fault.
Foot fault. Ah.
So that means they put their foot over the black line.
As we covered earlier.
I believe we have covered all the basics of volleyball now.
Yeah. Anyone who's watching this can go and play a game now. Oh, that's still technically up. You can hit it off the net and keep it up, as long as you have not used your free touches. One of the hardest jobs for the referee is to figure out when it's been a block and when it's just hit the net.
Yes.
A thankless job being referee, but I think that's the same in every sport. Ooh. And that's a setter done by number 8.
Oh, a big hit from number 3.
That was a big hit.
Seems like Aston's got very strong starts. But as soon as they get in a hole of losing, like 1 or 2 points,
I would agree with that. As a team, you can have a stronger rotation, like a stronger front line and a weaker one, or designed for different things.
So things like when I would be playing, that would be a weaker rotation. And then as I get towards the back line, because I'm bad at defending, someone else would sub on for me, and that would make a stronger rotation.
And sub on a pinch server to serve in your place,
Yes.
and then they'd miss the ball. So the free attacking options for Aston are on the back court right now.
Number 3, number 8, and number 16 are the best hitters for Aston, with number 27 being a very good middle.
Yes.
Definitely out of the available options.
And number 20 has made a very strong debut so far. Let's see if she can keep it up. And obviously 21 is the setter. We're not ignoring her.
A little bit of noise from the bench now. It's a little bit more lively than it has been.
Yeah. If we weren't sworn to neutrality, then we would try and get people going.
Yeah. Everybody loves an underdog story.
Yeah. Just like Dodgeball. You watched that movie?
I have watched that movie.
Surprisingly good movie. This is an official endorsement of Dodgeball, a true underdog story, by the Aston Volleyball commentary team.
Can we do endorsements?
Will they pay us?
No one pay us, but we'll get a little bit of clout.
Okay. I mean, if Ben Stiller wants to hit us up.
This commentary is sponsored by Ben Stiller.
It's Ben Stiller and Aston Martin.
Yeah, a guy from Aston called Martin. He's all right.
It is, yeah. That's the most you can say about him, to be honest. Does business just like everyone else at Aston.
It's business or biomed.
I believe that is a net touch call against number 7. It's very easy to touch the net when you're jumping up, bracing yourself for a big block, and then the ball goes over the top of you. Another joust. That was a good call, by number 6.
It was a Foster's, good call.
It was a Foster's.
So we're starting to hear a little bit more noise. That sort of indicates the game's starting to heat up.
Yeah, is that another There's a net touch called against Aston.
Yeah, so, would you like to know some interesting facts about volleyball?
I would like to know some interesting facts about volleyball.
Volleyball was invented in 1895.
Wow.
Volleyball is older than basketball.
Wow. Interesting. And one of them's cool. Oh.
Beach volleyball
Yeah.
was invented 25 years later, in the 1920s, in California.
It's amazing that no one thought to just play volleyball on the beach until that point.
Yeah.
But
But if someone's going to do it, it's got to be the California.
yeah,
Beautiful serve.
that is a beautiful serve. I mean, California in 1895 is probably not as glamorous as it is now.
Oh, it's not glamorous now. I've been recently.
Okay. If you don't mind, I don't know, crime and celebrities.
Yeah, there's a big homelessness problem in California.
Yes.
This is what you came to the volleyball.
Yeah, it's a social commentary on the United States. Biden, if you're listening to this, hit us up. We'll help you out with it.
Yeah. Oh, and if you are listening to this is just a reminder. You gotta do that thing, that work. You have to hand that in. Just remember to do that.
Yes. And that thing you were stressing about,
Yeah.
it's going to be okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Oh, and attacking the clan war.
Attacking the clan war.
Yeah.
This commentary is sponsored by Clash of Clans. Oh! Monster spike by number 10, and you can see she enjoyed that one. Oh, some team talks going on at Aston.
Aston in the lead, past 10 points for the first time.
They are.
So,
I was too engrossed in the game, to be honest. I hadn't even looked at the scoreboard.
so BCU doing some.
Unlucky there. It's very intimidating when you see a big blocker rising up to meet you.
And once you've already set yourself up to do a spike, it's very difficult to change it to a different kind of shot. So you just sort of aim your spike somewhere else.
Yeah.
And
that is spiking in a nutshell. When you see someone, you just aim a different way.
but imagine trying to change your golf shot mid-swing. It's not going to go well 90% of the time.
We're going to keep with the golf references. As long as we still have people watching the live stream.
I imagine everyone's muted by now.
Oh, God.
Oh, well, we've still got airtime. Shout out Paolo. He's taught me everything I know about serving, which isn't
Yes.
much because I'm not very good at serving.
He has been described as a robotic server. His arm moves really, really slow and then really, really fast, like a sock and rock and robot.
Yeah.
Oh, a serve for BCU.
And while we're doing shout outs, shout out Abraham, Ethan, Anil, just random people.
Okay.
Sam, he's a great guy. Solid guy.
Yeah, shout out Remy.
Thank you.
Shout out Little Sam as well,
Oh yes.
from Essex.
Little Sam is the current, future, hopefully, social sec of volleyball. That's a big task ahead of them.
That is a big task ahead of them. There's a new committee for next year. Diana is the incoming captain for the women's team.
Jackie communicating with us.
Yeah, Coach Jackie over there in his Ajax top. And big shout out to Jack, who was our second coach for most of this. That was an interesting point. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But yeah, shout out to Jack and Imogen in Solihull.
Oh yes. Great people. I met them all.
Yes, yes.
Alright, so back to the game.
Oh yeah, there's a game on.
I believe we have run out of things to talk about. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Aston's in the lead. That's very exciting.
That is very exciting. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Ooh. Again, we don't need to tell you again how hard her serves are to receive. So Aston will be thinking they need to do whatever they can to keep her on serve. Last ditch stuff going on. Unlucky there, unlucky. And BCU are getting pumped now.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see.
A lot more energy.
Yeah.
And it must be emphasised that BCU, both male and female, are very good teams in their leagues.
They are. BCU have actually won the third division this year.
Yeah, in the men's. Well,
Only lost 2 games.
one of them was against Aston.
I had to get it in there.
Do you know where the women's team came? We can do on-site research.
We can do on-site research.
So,
And then we'll get back to the fun facts about the American socio-economic system.
I'm very confused here because I believe number 10 just now was serving last point.
Oh.
Was she not meant to be serving last time?
That may have been what happened.
Interesting.
We may need to get someone on the ground to tell us what's happened there.
If you want to know, just have a look in the comments of this YouTube video and someone will tell you.
Yes. Is this even on YouTube?
Yeah, it's going on YouTube after this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, shout out PewDiePie.
Shout out PewDiePie.
So that puts the scores level, I believe.
And sub to PewDiePie, I guess.
That's like 4 years old.
I know. We get things pretty slow in my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
We only just figured out what fire is.
Oh, we still have dial-up internet, so we're still behind you.
Oh, smart play. And you can't give a player of that level 2 chances.
Yeah. That's a surprisingly difficult shot to hit. I know from our last BCU game. Once you're in that motion of trying to hit it down, you have to make sure that your hand stops touching the ball, otherwise it's called a carry, which is where your hand is touching the ball for too long.
The only time you're allowed to touch the net is when you grab the ball in mid-air, spin round backwards and slam dunk it, and then hold on to the net backwards. That's allowed. Yeah. But any other time you touch the net, it's not.
That's called a Turbo Dunk 3000. It's actually in the official rulebook.
Yeah. Shaquille O'Neal actually played volleyball before he played basketball, but then realised he actually wanted to make money playing a sport.
And then, weirdly, Wilt Chamberlain, a very famous basketball player, did the opposite. He realised he didn't want to make money. He started playing volleyball afterwards. He's actually a Hall of Fame. He's the only person to make Hall of Fame in 2 sports.
Ah, interesting.
Well,
that is
no,
very
not
interesting.
the only person. The only relevant person.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry, anybody else.
Yeah. That is an incredible set there.
Michael Jordan's baseball career never really took off, did it?
Yeah.
So
I don't think he made Hall of Fame.
this commentary is sponsored by The Last Dance on Netflix. Very good show if you want to watch. If you're interested in basketball or just the Bulls.
NBA playoffs are on right now.
Who have you got winning it?
The Bucks.
I don't even know who's in it, so I will say, yeah, that's a good one.
LeBron's not.
Oh, is he not?
No.
Oh.
The Nets and the Lakers were the 2 favourites to be in the finals.
Yeah.
Both of them are out. Well, the Lakers didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Nets got 4-0'd. So they're out in the first round.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, so anyone could take it, really. Just like this set.
Yeah. That's a nice little segue back to the game we're actually playing,
So
which is volleyball, not basketball.
So number 21. Making the
That was
serve.
a strong serve there. Got BCU thinking all kinds of ways.
So
That's a net touch, even I saw that from up here. Well spotted, refs.
So the change that Aston seems to have made is they've switched setter.
Yes.
I believe Deanna, number 8, is setting now.
Yes.
Instead of Celine, number 21. And it seems to have a positive effect. They've never been this close at this high score.
Let's see if they can take a set and really take it to BCU, put them on their heels. Oh, another joust. And that's unlucky for BCU, but well played for Aston.
Yeah. If Aston managed to take this set, it becomes a lot more interesting in the overall because they will have momentum.
The ball's over. That's one of those free balls we were talking about. But Aston haven't managed to do much with it.
A little bit of miscommunication there. Maybe these players aren't used to playing together. It's not
Yes.
possible.
And that point was also a good time to talk about double touching. You are, a BCU timeout. They're obviously getting worried about Aston pulling away. But anyway, a double touch is exactly what it sounds like. If you touch the ball twice, then that is a foul, and it is the other team's point.
And it's not always obvious you've touched the ball twice. So, for example, on a set where you have both your hands above your head, they both have to touch it at the same time. If one touches it, then the other, sort of up to the referee's discretion. But if you see the ball spinning out of someone's hands, that's normally evidence that they've done
pretty clear indicator.
It's an interesting timeout for BCU here for me, because they're up 2 sets. They've got some new players in. I feel like you can just sort of let them play, see what happens. You're not really worried. I think if you were up 2-1 maybe, you'd be thinking, I want to put it home now. But
I agree.
2-0, just let people play, have some fun.
And it seems like that is what the coach has decided to do. A very strong serve right there. You could see by the fact that the ball travelled a few miles after it was received. Coach Matt showing off his skills. Well, he was starting libero for the Hong Kong national team 3 years in a row. And the ball's still up, and they've managed to get it over. That's why you never turn your back on the ball.
This is great.
Well done to BCU for coming back after the start to that rally.
It's easy to have a play like that and just sort of start celebrating that you've managed to pull it off, and then forget that you have to continue playing.
Yes. It may sound like a broken record, but it is hard to win a point, easy to lose one.
A little bit of miscommunication there.
That's one of those things that only really goes away when you play with a team with the same group of players for a while.
I think that's BCU's timeout really working for them there. They've gained a few points to Aston's 1.
If they level it up, you'd probably say that they were favourites to take the set. But on the flip side, if Aston can win one on the breakaway,
it feels like, once again, BCU is letting... I was going to say, BCU is letting Aston lose the point instead of trying to win it. And then
they went and did that.
They went and got a tip.
Oh, and now a timeout by Aston. I'd say that was a very good timeout by the coach there. Yeah. You don't want them to level up, because then mentally you feel like you've been caught.
So what Matt's going to be saying is, remember your positioning. You've been through it in training. Stand where you're meant to. That what just happened shouldn't happen, because someone should have been there.
Yes, exactly right. Someone should have been there.
And this is coming. I've been playing volleyball for 9 months. Sam, 4 or 5 years.
6 years.
6 years.
You. Except 2 of those at the start were on like a high up badminton net because we couldn't get a proper net. Yeah. This commentary is sponsored by Playing Volleyball in the UK. We have no funding.
I was also sponsored by Playing Basketball in the UK because they have no funding. Anything that isn't football.
That is true.
That was...
I'd say that was very close, but I think yes.
From the camera angle, they might have looked in, but...
Leave a comment about whether that was in or out.
From the referee's angle, that was clearly out.
Nope.
And that was important.
Super sub coming on to try and win the game for BCU.
That was an important point for Aston, because that puts them well ahead. They only have 4 points to win, whereas...
Foot fault. I know it sounds like a very stupid thing to say, but you do start to forget where the lines are when there is this many lines in a sports hall.
Yeah, it's a especially difficult court, this one.
Yes.
With a faded green line on top of the green line that you're meant to be going by.
I played on one that was, the floor was yellow, and then there was loads of lines on top of it. And every time you look down, it gave you a migraine, so...
One of our training places, there's a blue floor, and then blue lines on top of that.
Yes.
Which is beautiful to play on, to be honest.
Yes. If I was colourblind, I wouldn't know what sport I was playing. BCU have levelled it up, 21-21.
That was a diving save there.
Oh, and it's still up. Is it over? It is. And I believe that was a foot fault again.
That's a very tough call there, because...
That is a very tough call.
If you don't go for it, you're definitely losing the point.
Yeah.
And when your head's in the moment, you're diving for the ball. You can't be thinking about where your feet are.
It's a tough call for the referee as well, because you don't want to be the person to end a rally like that.
Yeah.
But it has to be done. Timeout by Aston again.
Yeah. It's a very difficult position here. So you are up 19 to 20. Oh, sorry. You were up 21 to 19, and you've dropped 4 points in a row. You're gonna need to make a big change now. You can't continue as you were.
BCU only needs 2 points. So if they were to win a point, then whoever comes on to serve is going to be quaking that they're going to be the one to miss a serve and lose the game. It takes nerves of steel to step up in that situation. Addy, who spoke to us earlier, getting in on the team huddle there.
There's no pressure on BCU here. They're already up by 2 games. They miss a serve, it's whatever.
Yeah, they can afford to try and win the game, whereas Aston have to try to not lose it.
Well said.
27 up to serve.
1 point to even us up.
And it works the same way as tennis, you have to win by 2. That's a very brave serve. Good call in by 16 there.
Where's 16 from, by the way?
From Bahamas. Where she was taught to sing by Rihanna. I know what you're going to say. Rihanna's not from the Bahamas.
She's from Barbados.
Yeah.
She's Bayesian.
But she goes on holiday there a lot. That was a humongous block by number 10. That could be the game-winning block right there.
It's a very athletic play to go from arms straight up to arms to the side while still not touching the ground.
Yeah, the core strength there.
Neither me or Sam have that.
No, absolutely not.
There's also,
Do you get it? Absolutely not.
it's also a little bit of a mistake from Aston to be
Leaving that
such a
big
soft ball.
And that, again, is a very brave hit by number 3 on Aston's side.
That's a great hit. Executed perfectly, but very brave, considering if it gone wrong, that's the game over.
And number 8, stepping up to serve. Does she try to win the point, or does she just try and get it in?
So with BCU...
Oh my gosh! My God. That's, I don't know what to even say about that one. To go for that on game points.
That was an incredible serve. So now we are 24-24, win by 2, so this next serve does not matter. Well, it does matter.
But it does, but it matters less. They haven't lost the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, win by 2.
If BCU win this next point, they've won.
So if you're number 10 now, do you go for a monster serve right into the back corner, or do you just try and get it in, make it last and make the mistake?
If I'm number 10, I'm going for the glory. We're already up 2 sets, just go for it.
Aston keep it up, and it's in. It's on BCU now to win it. I'd be passing it to number 6 if I can.
Aston evens it back up.
We got ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen.
See, the energy's back in. Once you get the tension like this, everyone's on their feet, everyone feels it. You get a little bit more adrenaline, you see a little bit more play.
I wish this had happened in the first set. It's a nice serve. Number 6 is obviously their star spiker on BCU's side. I wouldn't be surprised if the ball goes back over if they pass it out to her this next one as well.
Normally when you see someone with the odd coloured jersey, that would be the libero, but clearly not here.
Once
Just
again,
star player.
once again, funding in the UK. Oh, well watched for that one. And there she is. Well picked up by 27. Can she get it over? Whoa! Wow, and Aston are handed the lifeline. Well, they weren't really handed through it. They had to crawl their way along and work every second for that.
This is just about as exhilarating as volleyball gets.
And if you're not excited now, I don't know what to tell you. You probably don't like volleyball.
Number 3, good serve.
That's a nice serve in the middle of 2 players. That's what you want. And then Deanna went for the big hole in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that, they're getting pumped now.
Advantage Aston.
Advantage Aston for the first time since, I don't know when, 20?
Yeah, 21. Yes.
21, there we go.
This is
For all the glory. If you're number 3 now, where do you serve?
far left.
Oh! What is it with these monster serves? Wow!
Oh, that is incredible.
That is incredible.
So
This is a lot more exciting than golf. I just have to say it. I'm sorry, Rory McIlroy, but
Tiger Woods just made a comeback after his big car crash.
did he?
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, but
You'd think I knew something about golf with him. We've talked about it, but
so that's a massive comeback. That's big points for Aston there.
that is big points.
So they've picked up a set. It's 2-1.
It was a very strong performance from all who were involved. And we lost our setter in
lost our setter.
the second set, I believe. Second
Yeah.
set? Yes.
Yeah, so that's 2 sets we've lost against BCU.
Oh, God, yeah. Hello.
Would you like an interview? Would you like an interview?
That was a great set. That was a brilliant set.
So went to overtime, we call it. Win by 2. How would you say we won it?
I think our girls clutched up hard. I think Matt was so right to call the timeout when he did, because when he called it, Rana has stepped up her game, number 27. The tips, she's covering it all. She had some brilliant saves where we would have lost the set if she didn't make them. And our setter has been amazing. Deanna, doing a great job.
So would you say changing setters was a big impact on the game?
100%. Whereas the second balls that we were getting in the first 2 sets were free balls, now the second sets are being converted into strong attacks. And now, as you can see, BCU swapped on their better players to try and win this and take this home. But I think Aston might take this to the 5 sets.
Are there any changes we're making to try and combat their change in players?
I think the structure might be different now that we know, because BCU's stronger hitters are on now, so we're going to be more prepared for that in the blocking and defense. Like, obviously we know that they're potent in their attack, so it's just to guard that.
And who are the people to watch out for on both teams?
Number 15 on BCU has a great swing. I would say number 16 for Aston is receiving really well today. And number 3 is always someone you need to watch, because when she rolls the ball, like even without jumping, she has a very nice technique on the ball. And it's hard to receive that kind of ball.
Thank you very much. That's Addy, the star hitter from Aston.
The only thing bigger than his blocks were his biceps.
So we rejoined the game with that talk from Addy. Aston up 2 points.
Oh. Amazing pickup by number 15.
You can see.
Yeah.
How are you so much taller than me?
I have a long body apparently. That's why I can see over the barrier when I'm sat down. I was hoping for some sofas or something, but step up your game, Perry Bar.
If you'd like to hire us for commentary.
We want coffee and we want sofas to do the commentary on.
But we have a very cheap fee. Actually, we'll pay you. We'll pay you.
I want a bowl of Skittles, but only the purple ones. What's your favourite Skittle?
I didn't know Skittles had flavours.
I heard somewhere that they actually are all the same flavour, they're just different colours. But
Oh, it says on the back. So we
wow.
have a bag of Skittles here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is a very interesting set. We should probably be talking about that.
Oh yeah.
That's a well-placed ball by Aston.
That is smart play. Look, you don't have to win a point by smashing down the ball as hard as you possibly can. As long as it hits the floor, that's all that matters.
Aston have a lot of momentum right now. Up 4-1, having just won that tiebreak set.
Big serve by the beast from the Bahamas. Oh, I'm unlucky there. Nothing 27 could really do about that.
I believe that was the 15 that Addy was telling us to watch out for.
Ah. Top tip from our games expert.
And we now go courtside.
Looping serve from BCU. That was a very nice hit. Unlucky there, different day. It goes up in the air. Can we turn this radio on?
I don't know.
You know what? We'll leave it. I don't want to get the bill. We're not even getting paid for this. Aston holding on to the lead, just about 2 points up. That was a very nice pass. Oh, and unlucky on the hit. I believe she's left-handed, number 15. If I was number 15, I'd be trying to make my way to hit through position 2.
Which is?
Which is, as you're looking at it, on BCU's side, the left side of the net.
Big run from Aston here.
That is a big run. We've seen BCU have a late set resurgence usually, so we'll need to see if Aston can hold on to the lead.
It's getting quite late in the day. It is 3:30.
Past my bedtime.
Which is a reasonable time for a volleyball game. Unlike 9 a.m., which the men's team played.
I had to wake up at 7 o'clock this morning. I haven't woke up at 7 o'clock in a year.
That is honestly ridiculous.
I know. I'm a uni student. I'm not meant to be up by 12. Unlucky. Number 8, the setter went for a setter's on. For anybody who doesn't know what that is, it is when instead of setting the ball, passing the ball to somebody to hit, the setter just passes it straight over the net.
How do you pronounce that again?
D-U-M-P. Dump. That was... Was that just me, or was she on the other side of the net then?
I'll be honest, I'm feeling extremely tired from having to wake up so early.
And do this. She is left-handed. I am very surprised that she is playing on that side. That's...
So here we see
a miscommunication.
On both balls there, Aston had more than 2 people, or 2 or more people going for it. So that communication would really help. So if I was Coach Matt, I'd be screaming at them, talk more.
And there it is. A nice roll shot to the back. BCU look like they've kept it up. They have. And a diving save by number 16.
So if you're Aston, you're going to be wanting to win 2 or 3 more points to try and get number 3 and number 16 up front. They seem to be the hardest hitters.
Yes.
And BCU really be struggling to defend against that.
That is true. That is very true. We'd also like to give a shout out to Bilal, who is coming in next year. He is international and was playing on the Moldovan national team. So hopefully he can pump a bit of life into the Aston team and help Aston to get promoted up into the 2nd division.
I think you've said it all there.
Me too. Let's not talk for the rest of this.
Do you think there are any more players we should spotlight?
Well, we could save a few. Oh, look at Matt, Coach Matt, showcasing his footballing abilities as well.
I have seen him playing a little bit of football.
Oh.
I think he could have gone pro in a different sport.
If it wasn't for that terrible helicopter accident.
Yeah. When you're as athletic as he is, it doesn't really matter the sport because your athleticism just sort of carries you through. With a sort of miscommunication from BCU there. I'll be honest, the way I'm sitting, there's a metal bar right in front of my face, so I can't see.
You can choose one of the teams to look at, but not both. Okay, we'll stand up. As we said before, our knees are shot, so we don't like standing up.
And we have just finished a volleyball game, so we are a little bit out of breath. But
did we mention that we played a game before this?
I don't think we did. Oh no, I interviewed you about how you thought the game went.
Yeah.
So,
Do
do you have any predictions on how the rest of Varsity's going?
I mean, I'm biased, but I want to say that Aston is winning, as I believe we've won every year that I've been at university.
Well, from what I've been able to see, which isn't a lot, I know that the netball didn't win, but men's volleyball did.
Which netball team was that? Was it
We only have
first,
one.
second? We only have one.
We only have one.
I could have swore we had more than
We're
one.
only playing one. Yeah, in another life, I would have been a netball star, but they don't allow.
I'd like to get that overturned. To be honest, I think I could have been good at netball and rounders as well.
Rounders, yeah.
Yeah, I was good at rounders.
I did sign up for netball tryouts, but they didn't let me in.
It's just
Yeah, said I was too ugly.
nothing to do with the fact you're a bloke.
2022. Samuel.
Yeah, check your privilege.
At the door.
Oh, 2 touches.
Touches. Same thing. So Aston on a little bit of a run. Don't want to jinx it again, so I will.
I don't know why you've just said that, to be honest. Oh. 15 showing a bit of anger there.
Looks like BCU won a timeout to try and break the rhythm of 21 Eliza.
I think that's a good call by BCU's coach. I've been saying that it was Coach Jackie, but I haven't actually checked if that's their coach. He's the one in flip-flops. I think it.
He was the coach for a bit, and then he left. He's come back after he's got changed. And they seem to be listening to somebody else. I think they're talking as a team with their own experience. They know each other more. They're talking about their chemistry. I think they're playing off each other more in the huddle.
I think that's good. Although they were 2 sets up before Coach Jackie left the first time.
I'm still not sure if BCU is playing their best team.
I think they are still giving some people a run around. There's still very good players on the court right now. But,
May I say, Varsity is an extremely exciting event. It is an honour to be on a Varsity team.
It is. It's more important than any of the league games that you'll play in the year.
Yeah, even though it doesn't count for anything really.
Yeah. Ooh.
What was that called for?
I can't tell if that was supposed to be a net touch or a reaching foul. If it was a reaching one, it would be where someone on Aston's side has reached over the net and played the ball over somebody who's trying to set the ball. That was unlucky there. That was an incredible pickup by the two of them.
So I'm just saying a reach-in is you're touching the ball when you shouldn't be.
Yes.
Because there are some
basically.
people so athletic they can just jump over the net and interfere at any point.
Yes.
And because of that, there's a rule that just says only when they're trying to get it over the net, you're
Yes.
allowed to try and block.
Yes. Now, I believe...
That looks like it could have been out.
I think it was out, but I believe the ref has said that someone's touched it, and it doesn't look like anybody's arguing with that, so...
Okay.
But I believe someone did.
So we're seeing Aston's lead dwindle again. It seems to be a game of going on a run. One team will have a good rotation, and then the other team will have a good rotation.
For Aston, that serve couldn't have come at a better time.
So we have only 2 attackers now, because Diana number 8 is the setter, so only 27 and 16 will be able to attack.
Yes. Obviously, if you were playing in an international game, then there would be players who would attack backcourt, which, we haven't discussed what backcourt is.
Oh yeah, so you'll see a green line on the court.
Yes.
If you're behind that, you're the backcourt.
Yes, and if you're in front, you're front court. There you go. If you're backcourt, you are not allowed to spike the ball inside of that front area next to the net. However, you can jump, hit the ball in there, and then land, and that is okay.
Yeah. Sort of like basketball, you can hit it as long as you start inside the court, or basketball or rugby.
Yes.
As long as you start inside the court and then touch it, it's where you last were.
Yes.
I'm tired. When you say word.
It's like F1 in the way that it's nothing like F1.
Oh, I get you.
That
Oh, wow.
That's a tough call there. I can't say I was close enough to be able to see whether it was in or out, but either way, that was a ridiculously spinned serve. Spinned, is that a word? It doesn't sound like it. Spinning, there we go.
BCU seems to be getting all the luck. Oh, we've got Andy down there asking for VAR.
Yeah.
We're not sure here either.
Obviously, in international play, you do have VAR.
Oh, really? That's very interesting.
Yes.
Do you think that was spiked by football, or it had it before football?
Yeah, I had it before. I think. Oh, somebody really just touched the net there. I didn't see who it was, but no second ref needed for that one.
Yeah. You'd expect more net touches sort of at the start of the season when people are sort of learning, getting back into the rhythm, sort of learning where the net is. At this point, this is the end of the season. You've had a year to train up. You wouldn't expect this many net touches.
Yes, but it's also when people are getting heated and passionate and into it, you're trying so hard to win that point that you overreach.
Obviously, the further you swing your arm, the more power you can put into the ball, but it also means if you're close enough to the net, your arm will go through and touch the net.
Exactly. I would expect a timeout to come up if this next one goes in.
From Aston.
From Aston. Look at that spin. I wouldn't want to receive that.
Interesting spin technique.
You'd have to lean to the opposite side. Free ball. Okay.
It's a great play by number 3. It sort of confuses the other team, making them think, oh, this player is going to block.
And then the block never comes.
The block never comes because it's still on their side. You sort of, they try and read what you're doing because you have a better view. And if you do...
That's a ripper. Fair play to, I believe, number 15 for getting that up. Okay, it's a free ball coming in.
When you have a battle between middles where both of them are just trying to put the ball... Great play. There's nothing BCU could do about that.
No. Slight luck, slight skill, but if you're Aston, you take it.
Yeah, Deanna, a great server. What I was saying, when you have a battle between middles where you're both just trying to tap it forwards and backwards, you call that a tennis match. Another great serve by Deanna.
Very
Sounds
consistent.
a little bit like a shotgun.
It does sound very much like a shotgun. Some might say an artillery piece, but...
So we're hearing a lot more communication from Aston than we were before. So you would expect Coach Matt to emphasise that in the timeout.
Yes. You can see Coach Matt doing a Sue on the sideline over there.
The audience is getting into it on the Aston side.
Just looking at it now, it's a very international team, isn't it? The Aston team. I can't speak for the BCU team, but I believe there's not a single English person on the team.
I have been to a few away games with the Aston girls team, and I was the most British person there. For those people who can't see, I'm mixed race, meaning I'm half African.
I feel like it's very interesting when you play with international players, because every country puts an emphasis on different things. If you go to America, they teach you to hit the ball really hard and flashily first, and then you get the fundamentals. If you go to any of the East Asian countries like China, Japan, Korea, they put the emphasis on the fundamentals and working as a team. And
if you go to Britain, they emphasise, just please come back next week.
Oh God. Lucky that someone touched that, but when it's moving that fast and moving that much, then you make your own luck.
Yeah, it's very difficult to judge. Number 15 looking a little bit frustrated. But
it's understandable when you've got that.
I wouldn't want to defend.
When you got that rocket coming at you. It's a high risk serve. And
once again, easier to lose a point than game one.
After serving that many that well, you earn the right to get one out.
Deanna, a very high level server.
If you want to see some more service runs, watch the men's game.
If you want to see someone serve it out, just fast forward to my part and I shank it every time. A shank is just a bad hit. Just anything that just doesn't go well. Just shank.
Americans have a different name for that, but in the UK we're not allowed to say it because it's a rude word.
Interesting.
Yes, I played with some Americans once, and they kept telling me I was this thing, and I thought I needed to have a fight with them.
Interesting.
Yes. Someone can comment down below what the word is.
I'll be looking in the comments for what it is.
That's a nice cut shot.
So here we have Celine, one of the premier hitters for the team, on front court.
Yes. It's very impressive that she's doing as well as she is in the middle, because unlucky there. If you're hitting through the middle and you're hitting a high ball rather than a quick, then it gives the defenders on both sides of you, as well as the one in front of you, enough time to make their way across.
And as a middle, you have to be extremely tall, which BCU has very tall middles, so it makes it even more difficult to get around the block or over the block.
Well blocked there by Aston. Unlucky for BCU.
So a 2-point advantage going into the final stretch.
This game is really heating up.
You'd feel BCU a little bit of pressure now.
Oh, number 16 coming in.
It's not as chill as it used to be.
Yeah, this is what we wanted. That was a smart play by 15.
Yeah, good hit by 3. Gathered up nicely.
And now the setter's out. Not much more number 3 could have done with that.
Another big hit from number 15, like we said.
Yeah, you can't give 15 that much space. If I'm Aston, I'm dropping it on her head every time to try and get her out of the pass.
By dropping it on her head, he means trying to get the ball to her so she has to pass.
Yeah, nothing violent.
It's when you're passing, it's a lot harder to formulate an attack from afterwards.
Now, volleyball is just like when you're playing heads and volleys, post saves all. So it's actually BCU serve again.
That was an amazing hit.
That was an amazing hit. Not much you can do about that one. You just have to stand there, soften up your arms, and pray.
You can definitely say Aston, compared to the first sets, has definitely tightened up. They've got better. Their chemistry is working now. They're not losing any easy points. They're just losing points to good plays.
I do also wonder whether they can hear us. If so, I think we should take a bit of credit for this.
We were trying to shout to them earlier and they couldn't hear us, so maybe. But I can hear them very clearly.
Yeah. Maybe they just don't like us.
Oh, I know that for sure.
Yes. I wouldn't like us either.
I don't like us. So that
Aston's
point
point.
for Aston.
That is a crucial point. All of a sudden, an ace, and then BCU are panicking. That is a nice serve.
Eliza has a history of good serves.
She does have a history of good serves. She always finds the gap in the defence.
Very quiet.
You know who else has a very good serve? My original captain. Shout out to Captain Alex, the Estonian menace.
I would also like to shout out Brzezinski. Brilliant guy. And I use his top sometimes in games. So,
yeah.
Solid guy. I've never met him. I did meet him.
I have. He's Polish. And he does have that Polish power. He also has long hair now, which I can personally get behind.
For those that can't see, Sam has a beautiful mane.
The two kinds. And Remy is a beautiful man, so...
Wow, that is a big point to add.
That is a big point.
So, at minimum, BCU is now going to have to win 4 in a row.
Which is a tough undertaking, when all you need to do is mess up one serve.
Big serve.
That is a big serve.
That much pressure.
Side spin on that. Can they put it away? Well kept up. That would have been game over. Well, not game over, set over. Unlucky.
It's easy to do, easily done.
It is very easily done, especially when you're not very good like me and Rory.
It feels like BCU is still trying their strategy of let Aston make mistakes, but Aston aren't making the mistakes.
Yes. as much.
The BCU boys egging on the BCU girls.
I mean, the setter number 8 has definitely got her favourite person to pass to.
Great passes here.
That was a big point by number 9.
You want your middles to be able to do that.
Yeah, I'd say number 9 has been pretty flawless this game.
I couldn't do that.
No. That net is high as well for anybody who's watching and has never stood beside one.
It's 8.5 feet in the air, I think.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Oh, wow.
Point for Aston. That puts them
Beautiful placement.
That puts them in advantage territory. This is another win by 2 scenario. Aston seem to like to win by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, they like to make it interesting for you lovely folks at home.
This might be a 4-hour-long game.
If you have something to do, cancel it.
Or just pause the video and come back to it later.
And that's out.
It's out.
That is the set.
Win.
That's a comeback. We are going to set 5.
Wow, what a comeback story.
It is. We love a comeback story. We love an underdog story. Ben Stiller, we're still waiting on you to become and sponsor us, but don't worry about it. Get rid of some of the paperwork, but that's not their fault.
Yeah, just shout out the NHS. I think it's a slightly old system. Maybe needs a bit of funding. Maybe they need some people to, program them some new stuff. Maybe they need to go to my LinkedIn and hire me.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at the whole time.
I was going to shout you out, but I literally can't say your surname. So. Oh, and BCU have made some changes. They've brought back on number 1 and number 6.
That's a point for Aston.
Starting strong, starting as they mean to go on.
Just to reiterate, this game goes to 15 instead of 25.
1-5, that is, not 5-0.
Sorry.
This commentary is sponsored by Numbers.
It's still win by 2.
That's 1 less than 3.
And 1 more than 1.
Any Monty Python fans out there?
That was a big start. Given how low the wind condition is, having a big start is important.
Oh my god. If you're an Aston supporter, this is the perfect start. If you're a BCU supporter, then you probably want to get your phone back out the wall or something. Or whatever you've thrown.
You just want to watch the first 2 sets if you're a BCU supporter.
Then just start. Oh, that's
a net touch.
Big net touch, but as we said, easily done.
Easily done.
She really wants to make that block.
Yeah. Well, Aston just needs to do that 5 more times.
Yeah. 5.
Yep. So they're on 3 points now, and they need to get to 15. 3 times 5.
Oh, that okay. Yeah, I thought you just meant 5. Oh.
That's out.
Yes, I would have called that out as well. Well done, referee.
This is really heating up in the Aston camp.
It is.
This is
Future treasurer Yanni is making a lot of noise for one person.
This is a comeback story for the ages.
Yeah.
Celine still at serve.
Ooh, that looked like it hurt. Fair play, putting their bodies on the line. She's been let off the hook there. Good block there.
Good block.
And a miscommunication in the Aston camp. That has been the bane of their life this game.
I think that could have been ended a little bit sooner if the block had come in a bit harder.
It could have. You need to engage that core, swing down with your arms, but not touch the net. Not
touching the net is an extremely difficult procedure.
It is very difficult when you're trying to contort yourself in that way.
You want to stand as close to the net as possible. You want to keep your arms as close to the net as possible, so that the ball does not come between you and the net on your side. But you also don't want to touch the net. It's a careful balance, delicate balance even.
And you want your arms together because if you go back and watch the men's game, in one of the first sets, I believe the ball actually goes through my arms, which is
me too.
pretty painful for me to watch back.
And also, if your arms aren't together, it will just hit you in the face.
It will just hit you in the face. That is a big serve. I'm impressed BCU got it back. Now Aston really want to stay on the serve here.
That was
an
unnecessary, but impressive.
unnecessarily hard pickup right there.
You would have wanted number 16 to go for a block there.
Yes, you would have, but they didn't.
I'm sure she's knowledgeable that the person opposite her isn't going to spike.
Yes, you don't want to get caught in no man's land, so you either block or you move back to around about that green line.
Yeah. It's extremely difficult to hit the ball at an angle so it'll go and hit the ground before the green line.
Yes.
And if you hit it very softly so it just curves over the net, then normally the defender will have enough time to slide through and pick it up.
If you want to see internationally someone hits the ball straight down like that, watch Patch on the American team. That jump is even bigger than Remy's.
That was a big hit from number 15. Another flashy save.
Yeah, lots of flashy saves. She's getting the highlight reel going this time. Isn't she? Wow.
That was a rally.
That was a rally. That looked like a professional game.
Yeah. And it evens the score up 5-5. Everyone's warmed up, everyone's hyped. You can see the energy's come back into the building.
It would be, on the one hand, it would be heartbreaking for BCU to lose this game.
Yeah.
Because after winning the first 2 sets, but on the other hand, it would be
make a great YouTube compilation.
It would. But on the other hand, it would be heartbreaking for Aston, who have fought back to get level.
That is huge for Aston because they were really struggling with that serve.
Yes.
So
she's
have it out
an
now.
incredible server, number 6 on BCU's team. Very difficult to deal with.
We are a third of the way through. Score 6 to Aston, 5 to BCU.
They need to start closing that down. Smart play, very smart play.
It's very difficult when you've started stopping to then continue and try and dive for the ball. Your body just doesn't really obey you enough.
Yes, it's true. All you can do is watch.
Yeah,
and
it looks
it
weird.
feels in slow motion.
It looks weird, but your body can't do it. If you don't believe it, go out and try and play some volleyball.
Yeah,
We encourage you.
we really do encourage you because, as you can see, we need players. That's a nice serve right to the back.
A back set.
And that's good because it brought number 15 out of this spike, but she's back.
Nice receive.
Nice pick up.
That was an interesting cross-court attack. It's really targeting where there wasn't anyone.
Unlucky there.
Yeah. It was unlucky to hit the net, but even if it hadn't hit the net, the block was right there, so you need to aim higher
it
with
was
that.
being covered. Yeah, if you're going to tip it or pass it like that, push it right to the back, or find yourself somebody to push it to, but you don't want to be in the next phase. Well left. That's one of those where you tend to sort of turn around and go, is that really out? Number 3 Selin, up to serve. Do you want a fun fact about Selin that I learned today?
I would love to know one, as the score is now 10-6 Aston.
She was born in Istanbul.
Born in Istanbul?
Yes.
That's a beautiful city, I've been there.
Have you?
It's on the border. Half of the city is in Europe, half of the city is in Asia.
Wow. City of the world.
So, because I've been to Istanbul, I say I've been to Asia.
Oh, yes.
Even though I was only there for like 3 minutes.
I've been to Russia, does that count?
It depends what part of Russia.
No, it was definitely the European side. It was St. Petersburg. I can still say it.
So, if you're BCU, what are you saying to your team?
This is a tough one. If I'm BCU, I'm going to really try to use and abuse my middles because that's where they're having the most success, I think.
Yeah, number 15 and their middles.
Yes, and number 15. Number 15 has played an exceptional game.
Yeah.
If I was playing with number 15 though, I know I keep banging on about this, but because she's left-handed, I would put her on the other side because that's where people usually prefer to hit. But as you can see, she's doing well.
Yeah.
Hitting through position 4.
So that is 11 for Aston, only 6 for BCU. So Aston only need 4 now.
Yeah.
BCU need 9. Could this be the ultimate comeback?
Can Selin, the server from Istanbul, close this out?
Just nice and controlled. It's very
Nice roll
tense.
shot. It is very tense. I don't want to breathe, let alone talk.
That was a complete miscommunication.
Miscommunication, but you can see the Captain Deanna there trying to calm everybody down, keep everyone's head in the game.
You'd prefer in that situation that 2 people went for the ball instead of no one.
Yes, wise words spoken by Samuel Kaiser, the German head coach. You can't fault the effort there, and she's straight back up. Springed up.
Very impressive.
That is very impressive.
Schlesien are making a comeback.
They are making a
No
comeback.
matter who wins, it's going to be wild in here. If Aston wins, we're going to go wild. The men's team is here for the BCU to celebrate with
To
them.
go wild. Yeah. Either way, it's been an amazing game so far. Does it have any more surprises for us?
Yes. BCU needing 7 points, Aston needing 4.
Oh, someone was having a good time over there. Don't know if that would have been picked up on the camera.
Another one to 50.
And here she is again. Now, you'll see there that the block came in as if she was right-handed, which is a hard habit to get out of, where you block lining up to the arm that they hit with, not lining up with the body.
Yeah.
So that block needs to move over.
I personally have a very weird block technique, which is why it doesn't work. Which
That's a
Asking
timeout.
for a timeout,
Yeah,
timeout.
that would definitely call a timeout there. You can see the smiles have gone from the Aston team's faces, and they need to get them back.
So my block technique is to go based on where the ball is going instead of based on the player, which confuses a lot of players until they work it out, and then they just sort of
Go around.
they go around you.
I'm one of those annoying people who tries to guess, and I'll run over before the ball's even been played to who I think the ball's going to.
I just always block the middle, and then if I have time, I'll go to the outside.
Yeah. It's if I'm on an on day, then it's unplayable. If I'm on an off day,
Yeah.
then I'm just sort of clearing out the way, ready
Yeah.
for them to hit.
It's really difficult for a middle because the setter will come from the middle, and they'll go either into the centre, to the left, or to the right. And if they do it fast enough, the middle can't sprint there fast enough, or if they can get
Yes.
there, their legs can't handle them
Yes.
stopping and then jumping. So
So it is a mental game,
yeah,
as well
if
as a physical one.
if they do it fast enough as well,
Oh,
it's
the
very
spin
difficult.
serve. Ooh. And you can see it bouncing off.
11-11, a big
11-11.
comeback from BCU.
It's a very good song by Dinosaur Pileup, 11-11. Shout out to Dinosaur Pileup. I saw them at a festival
So
once.
it's even with 4 points each to go, whichever way this goes.
I'm on the edge of my seat. My really bad seat that's not a sofa.
Will it be a first win against BCU of the season for Aston, or a big win for BCU, taking another point?
You can see how hard it is to keep your head in the game when things turn against you, and the Aston team is learning that firsthand right now.
It's very important to not place blame on other people when they're doing their absolute best.
Yes.
Unlike in the men's team when Remy plays, because he does not do his best. He plays absolutely terribly. He plays at like 40%. He's honestly, I would blame him for 40% of the losses.
Well, 21 getting pumped now. Unlucky. Can they bring it back? Will BCU hold their nerve? We will see.
Wow, what
I believe
a
it's
final set.
And it's number 15 up to serve.
You really-
We know she's got a powerful spike.
We really don't know who could take it. It could be anyone.
If I was doing the odds right now, I wouldn't know who to say.
Aston definitely. Oh, that was a huge serve there.
That was a huge serve to win it. Oh yeah, calling a timeout. I am going to say that we should either expect a jump serve, or if not a jump serve, a very big hard serve.
Yeah.
Where 15 has earned the right to try and win this in one.
Yeah, this sort of takes the wind out of Aston's sails there. If you look at the camp, they're all sort of standing there, hands on their hips. You look at BCU, they're all jokes, laughs.
Yes.
But it's still anyone's game. Well, it's not really anyone's game. It's still, Aston's very much in it. They're 2 points behind.
It's only 2 points to tie it up, and then all of a sudden you've got 2 points to play with.
Yeah. One solid receive, and one solid spike, puts them back in contention.
It's just, 3 touches. That's all you need. It makes it sound so easy.
If 15 does the massive serve that you're talking about, high likelihood of it going wrong.
That is true.
Yeah, the harder you try on a serve, the more difficult it is to get it in. That was absolutely perfect.
Oh,
Wow.
oh my
They're
God.
playing clinically now.
Yeah. No messing about for BCU now.
Everyone is putting absolutely everything into it.
It's a nice pass.
Wow. Great
Nobody
shot
wants-
to avoid the block.
On the Aston side, no one wants to be the one to lose it. On the BCU side, everyone wants to be the one to win it. Oh. And there it is.
You can see how much it means to them.
Yeah,
Everyone else
as
is
they
going.
rush on the court. Heartbreak for Aston. Elation for BCU.
Yeah. But you can't blame a single Aston player for that. They played their absolute heart out to go from 2 down to tie it, only losing by 3 points 2-2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Though BCU comes away with the W, I think a good, a moral victory.
Yeah. And that ties it up on the overall volleyball.
Yes, it does.
And they'll go and respectfully clap for each other at the line.
As in a post-corona world, we no longer shake hands.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird.
It is kind of weird. Oh well. We didn't even get on to coronavirus. Well, stay tuned for next time.
Yeah, we're coming to Varsity 2023.
Should we do a Masters just so we can play in Varsity?
Give me an honorary if we do well enough in this commentary, they can give us an honorary Masters.
Yes. Go on.
Hello, my name is Christina Njekwe and I am the captain for the BCU Volleyball Club.
How would you say the match went today?
I think it was a really good game. We played all 5 sets, so the score was 3-2. I felt like we did play very well. We did kind of play a bit comfortable at the start. Sorry, my friend was looking at me. Oh, David, go away! Sorry. Oh, so annoying. Okay, sorry. Where should I start from?
Yeah, how would you say the match went today?
I think it was a really good game. The score was 3-2. We played the full 5 sets. I felt like we started off strong. We maybe got a bit too comfortable, and then we were able to bring it back. So I'm very proud of the girls.
Yeah, okay. Who would you say the player of the match is?
Player of the match for our team is pretty hard to pick. I think it might have to go to Louise. Yeah, Louise. She's number 15.
Okay.
It's okay.
So the way you played today with your team, what would you do to like improve it, or how would you say it was like
The entire game. Okay. So at the start, we did put forward our best 6, and I felt like we played well. We were working together well. We did make a few mistakes, but that's something that we can fix during training. Afterwards, we did make a few substitutions, but all the girls I've subbed on have improved tremendously throughout the entire year. It's just communication. That's what we need to mainly work on. Going for the ball, but that's something that we can improve on during training. So I'm very proud of all the girls today.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.